Hello students, I am your English teacher Ms. Richa Dubey from Ambuja Public School. Today we are going to read chapter 2 from our supplementary reader It So Happened. So let's start with our chapter 2 from It So Happened, Children at Work. Now Children at Work is a story about children from poor background, from slum areas, how much they struggle and how much they strive to earn their livelihood. So let's start. Now the theme. What is the theme of this chapter? Children at Work is a very sensible story, and the author of this story is Geeta Wolf, and she focuses on the living of slum children. How on daily basis they have to put some efforts to earn their food, to earn their livelihood. Now this story also gives us a lesson that we should be empathetic towards such children, and whatever help we can do, we should be giving them. Now there are two main characters in this story. One is Jaya and another one is Velu. Now Jaya, she is a rag picker, and she just collects rugs, paper cups, and glass bottles, used ones. Okay, so she just goes every day, and from the garbage she collects paper cups, glass bottles, plastics, and then she sell it to the junk shops, and there she earns money. Now she is very hardworking girl, and she is working too hard just to get something to eat on daily basis. And she's a very, maybe because of the hardships which she is facing, she's become very practical in nature, and she knows how to live life, and that also smartly. So due to the hardships which she faced on every day, she became very practical, and she was a very brave girl because she is managing everything on her own. So she became very brave girl. She is very charming and attractive, no doubt. She's not, in appearance, she was not that well dressed and well groomed, but still, her face was charming and attractive. And the best thing was, she had a very good sense of humor. She could answer things on the spot spontaneously in a very witty manner. She is a very helping nature she has, and she can understand the meaning of pain. She could feel how painful it is when a person is running away from home, or when a person is striving to get something to eat. So whenever there is a character sketch in your questions, what you need to write these main points in your answer: that Jaya is a rag picker, and she earns money by picking up paper cups, glass bottles, and then sell it to the junk shop. She's very hardworking, and she works very hard to fill her empty stomach. She's very practical in nature, and she knows the practical ways to live life. She's a very brave girl. She's very courageous. She's charming and attractive, and above all, she has a very good sense of humor. She is very helping, as in the story tells us that her helping nature could make Velu comfortable in the new city. And she is empathetic. Empathetic means understanding the pains of others and reacting accordingly. So this is the character sketch of Jaya. Next we move to Velu. Velu is an 11-year-old boy, and he comes from a very sad background. Sad background in the sense that his father was a drunkard. He used to drink daily, and his children were sent out daily to earn money. So Velu and his sister, every day they used to go out to earn money, and in the evening when they used to return, their father used to take all the money, spend it on drinking, and then beating the children. So very sad background he had, and now he becomes very sensitive. Now every day if the child has to bear that beating of his father and go out daily to earn money, So naturally, the child becomes very sensitive. So he became very sensitive. Now, though he is a boy, but he was filled with fear. But still, he acquires guts. He said, now enough of it. I cannot bear so much pain. Every day beating, I cannot bear. So, what he decides to do is, he decides to run away from the pain. And from the pain means he tried to escape the beating of his father, and he acquires guts to run away from pain. And due to his pathetic situation, then he decides, enough of it. Now I can't bear this beating of my father, and I will run away from my house. So he runs away from his house to a city. He's such a child who's ready to face any difficulties and pick a hard route of life to escape from his father's beatings. Now he was a child who's ready to face any difficulty, any type of difficulty he was ready to face. Means he did not even think that if I'm moving to a new big city, how I will survive, what I will do. He was so much, he became so fed up with that beating and all, that he did not think that what hardships he has to face after running from his home. But he just decided that I'll leave, and he runs away and picks a hard route of life to escape from his father's beatings. Now, running away from a house is not an easy task. Outside world is very dangerous. It's not necessary that you may always be finding good people around you. There will be people who will be trying to misuse you. But still, without thinking, he just decides and he takes a hard route of life to escape from his father's beatings. Now, coming to the chapter, this is just introduction. Velu, as we have already read, that he was an 11-year-old boy, and his father used to beat him a lot. So he decides to run away from his home, and without thinking how he will manage and what all things, what hardships he need to face, he just boards a railway train and not even purchased a ticket. But how can he purchase a ticket? He did not have any money. So naturally, he just, without ticket, he boarded the train. And he was fortunate that the ticket collector did not notice him. Otherwise, he would have been in prison, or he would have to pay a fine. Now, naturally, he did not have money, so fine was not possible, so he had to be in prison. So, but he was fortunate that he escaped the ticket collector's notice. And he did not, he came in an unreserved compartment where generally the ticket collectors don't come. So he came in an unreserved compartment, and there the ticket collector could not notice him. Now, after reaching the platform, Chennai Central train he boarded. He boarded the train Chennai Central, and he got off the train at Chennai Central. And after a long journey, what happens? His legs were wobbling. His legs were wobbling means they were shaking, they were vibrating, and as if he was still in a moving train. Now this happens, children, if you are traveling for a long distance and continuously, okay, in a single train, if you are traveling for at least 2 to 3 days, when you get down for one day at least, still you will feel your body is moving, okay, your legs are wobbling. So that type of feeling occurs. So when he got down at Chennai Central Station, he felt that his legs were wobbling and he could not stand straight also. Now he was very tired, he was very weak, and he was full of fear, because it was the first time that he had come to any city. He lived in a village, and from that village he had come to a city for the first time, and that also without any resources, no money, no things, and he was completely tired, he was very weak and full of fear that how he will manage. He had taken that decision. He had taken that step of running from home. But now what next? How to manage? That fear was there in him. Now the crowds and the people on the station were making him feel miserable. He was feeling miserable because he had never seen so many people at the same time except in fairs. Only during fairs in his village he saw so many people together or this such big crowds. So he was feeling very afraid, he was frightened. Now what to do? So he just sat on a bench on the platform and kept his small bundle beside him, small bundle of 2 or 3 clothes in it. He was very hungry because from last 2 days he had eaten nothing but peanuts and a piece of jaggery. He did not have anything to eat because he ran away from home. He did not have anything to eat. What he had was just some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. And can you imagine, for 2 days just some peanuts and a piece of jaggery? How can a child feel comfortable? He was feeling uneasy because he had eaten only during these 2 days he has eaten only peanut and jaggery. Now when he was sitting, he was sitting on the bench and suddenly he was feeling very frightened, afraid, and suddenly a girl came, and this girl was Jaya, and this girl was having a sack in her hand, and she came and then she asked him that, have you run away from home? Now see here, Jaya's presence of mind, okay, her perception, her observation, everything we come to know. That at once she could make out that this boy has run away from home. Yes. So she asked him that, have you run away from home? So he did not answer because he thought, why should I answer to a strange girl? I don't know this girl, and why should I answer to this girl? Now she understood that this person is new to this place and he has run away from home, and he was looking very weak and tired. So she said that, you want something to eat? So he could not understand first what should he answer. But then he felt it's better that I don't know anyone in the city and she is a girl of the city only. So it's better that I just listen to her and could take any sort of help from her. So this girl, she told, okay, come with me. And both Velu and Jaya, both of them, they came to the road. And when he came to the road, it was very difficult for him when he saw the road outside. He became all the more scared because the vehicles were rushing here and there and everywhere, and he could not make out what to do. Now they walked along the side of the road, and there were big huge signboards and advertisements everywhere and on the sides of the roads. Now he was just amazed. So he was looking towards those signboards and those big boards, flexes, and then he was trying to read what was written, but he couldn't read. You know why? Because everything written on those boards were in English. So he could not read English, and as he could not read English, so he could not understand what was written on those boards. Now this we come to know that he could not understand what was written on the board. That means he did not know English. Now both of them, and now what happened when they had to cross the road, Velu became very scared because he had never seen such big roads full of vehicles. So he was becoming very insecure that how I will walk and this. So Jaya helps him and then tells him that, see, you will become a sticker. If you will be here, if you will stand here and wait in the middle of the road, you will become a sticker. The vehicles will pass above you. So you need to be very cautious. Now both of them, they walked for a long time. The girl pointed out to the building with the wall around it. It was a big building and a big wall around that building. And she told that, see, can you see this? So Velu read the Tamil sign on it. And on Tamil it was written Central Jail. So that means he was able to read Tamil, but he was not able to read English. So he understood that it was a central jail of the city. So Velu read the Tamil sign Central Jail, and the girl laughed. She told him to be careful if he wanted not to be inside that jail. And then she told, be careful. Okay, the police doesn't come and catch you. So she told that you need to be careful. The police should not come and catch you. If he wanted not to be inside that jail, so he felt, okay, why should police catch me? I have not done anything wrong. I am not a thief. I am not a criminal. Why should the police catch me? So she laughed. So Jaya laughed when he asked this question. This girl Jaya, she laughed, and she told that, see, whether you do anything wrong or not, you need to be cautious that you are not caught. Now, why she said this? She said this because it's a normal general tendency. Now, at home also, if anything is missing, if anything is lost, the very first doubt is on the servant. This is a tendency of the people, because people think, why the family will be stealing? Naturally, the servant will be stealing. So on the roads also, whenever any mishap happens, any stealing, any crime happens, the first suspicion is on these people, beggars, rag pickers, and they are the first ones to be caught by the police. Because, and one more thing, police knows that they are roaming here and there, so they must have seen something, they must know, they must be knowing anything. So they just try to find out, and sometimes they doubt also. Sometimes the policemen, they doubt also on these rag pickers and those beggars, and that is why they catch them. They are the first ones to be caught, and that is why Jaya warned Velu that be careful, you are not caught. You need to be careful that the policeman doesn't catch you. Now, it was a long time when both of them were walking, and Velu was just pressing his stomach because he was feeling very hungry. 2 days had passed and he could not eat anything. So naturally, he was feeling very, very hungry. And when Jaya told, okay, chal, come with me, I'll find something to eat for you. So he was expecting, a good diet and all. Okay, wow, now today maybe I'll get a good food and all. And then she takes him to one of the marriage halls, okay. And when both of them, they walked for an hour. And after walking for an hour, they stopped in front of a big building. And on the building, there was a sign on which it was written, Shri Raj Rajeshwari Prasanna Kalyana Mandapam. It means it was a marriage hall, and it was written in Tamil, so he was able to read it. Okay, so Velu was able to read the name of the marriage hall, Sri Raj Rajeshwari Prasanna Kalyana Mandapam. Now Velu looked at the huge hall and the crowds of people inside. Now Velu looked, it was a big hall and a lot of people were there because it was a marriage hall. So naturally some occasion was going on, some marriage function was going on. So there were many people inside the hall. And he felt good, ki, wow, that means we are going to go in and have good food over there. So Velu asked Jaya that, are we going to go in and eat there? The girl ridiculed him. Means Jaya laughed at him. What silly question you are asking? How can we go inside to see ourselves? Now Jaya, she was wearing a big banyan. Okay, she was wearing a big banyan. Now why big banyan, not of fitting in size? Because they cannot purchase dresses on their own. They just live on the help of others. We are also doing, we are also donating our old worn off clothes. Okay, we don't purchase new clothes and donate. We always give worn off clothes. Yes. So someone must have given banyan to her, and she was wearing that banyan, long banyan. And so she just ridiculed, she just mocked at him and said, oh, don't have sense. How can we go inside in this way? Then so he was just thinking, then what if we are not going to go inside and eat food? Then how we are going to eat food? Then she took him to the garbage bin behind the hall. Now behind the hall, generally in all the marriage halls and all, at one particular corner there is a garbage bin where they throw all the leftover food. Okay, so Jaya took Velu to at the back of the marriage hall, and there it was a big garbage bin behind the hall, and there she took. Now can you imagine, what does it mean that they have to eat leftover food? The girl picked up a crushed banana and offered it to Velu to eat. Now she went inside in that garbage area, and then she picked up crushed banana. She tried to find out anything to eat, and then she found crushed banana, and then she gave it to Velu to eat. Velu was shocked. Naturally, okay, he was not a rag picker. He was a normal boy living in a village. So he used to get the food prepared by his mother at home. So he was shocked that, oh my God, from a garbage bin, how can I eat this banana? It is a thrown off banana. How can I eat it? It's a crushed banana. Sure, I can't. He asked if they were going to eat the leftovers. Then he asked Jaya, what do you think we are going to eat these leftovers? How can we eat these leftovers? The girl disagreed. She said that she ate only untouched food. She threw him a vada. So she said that, oh, please, untouched, okay, not the leftovers. Okay, there are men sometimes. What is happening generally in marriages? You will see many people, their plates are full of eatables. When they know they cannot eat, why they have to fill that plate, that I don't know. I don't understand this. Why can't we take two things at a time and eat according to our wish? No, but at just at the first chance only, they will fill their plate and they will not be able to eat all, and then they will throw it in the dustbin. So, however, now what happened was that she said that only untouched food we will eat. So crushed banana was there. However, he was too hungry. Now he was so hungry that he felt that whatever I am getting, let me eat. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen. Okay, probably I will die of hunger. He was feeling so hungry. So he just took the crushed banana from Jaya, and he ate the banana as well as the vada. And then she even threw him a vada, and then she searched a vada in that garbage, and then vada, sambar vada. You must have heard sambar vada. So that vada, she found one vada and she threw it to Velu. Now Velu looked at it with distaste. Oh my God, how can I eat from a garbage bin? No, I can't eat. But hunger. Hunger can make you do anything. From last 2 days, he did not eat anything. So what he felt, it's better that I eat this vada and this banana, otherwise I'll die of hunger. So he ate the banana as well as the vada. Now, see how helping nature this girl was, that instead of thinking about herself, or she should have, why should I worry about him? She should have gone. But she took so much pain. And then in the garbage, she herself went and found this banana and vada and gave it to him. And then one more banana she got. She got one more banana, and she said, this I will be eating myself, because I also need something to eat. But how empathetic this girl is, how sympathetic this girl is, that see, one banana and vada she gave it to Velu, and herself she ate only one banana. Now this girl, Jaya, she from the garbage she picked bottles, couple of bottles she picked, and then that was her actually job. She was a rag picker. Rag picker means she has to collect old glass bottles and paper cups and all, because they are giving it for recycling and they are earning some amount from that. Now that was the girl's job. Now Velu understood that okay, this girl Jaya is a rag picker. So he panicked. This is your job. So he said, she said yes. So she told, fine. See, you can also do this job with me. So he said, no, how can I? So then she said, fine, if you don't want to come with me, you manage, I am going. But then suddenly what happened? Velu felt that there was no other way. What to do? He doesn't know anyone in the city. The city was new to him, and she was the only girl who had shown some kind of care and support to him. So naturally, it was better at that moment to follow her. So Jaya, she started walking. Okay, fine. Now, if you think you can manage, okay, fine, I'm going. But then suddenly he felt panicked. Oh my God, what I will do alone? I know nothing about the city. It is such a big city. How I will manage? So quickly he ran behind her and he started following her. Now we come to the third part and the last part of this chapter. She told, fine, see, you can come with me and I will tell you and I will show you how and what to do. Now see, from station to that marriage hall they walked about an hour. And now from this marriage hall to Jaya's house they walked about half an hour. How much they have to walk? Because Chennai is a big city. So they came to a bridge across a dirty trickle of water. Now both of them walked for half an hour. And they came to a bridge across a dirty trickle of water. Jaya called it Buckingham Canal. Now see, this is sense of humor. Okay, how can you say that Jaya had a good sense of humor? It was a drain. It was a drainage. Okay, and what she called it? Buckingham Canal. Now see how smart this girl was. Okay, she was not feeling low about that and she was not making fun. Okay, this is our drain and all. No, she said, oh, this is our Buckingham Canal. Now near some puddles of water, there was a row of huts. So slums are like that only. A lot of dirt and drainage system is all open and the dirty water is flowing, and from there only people are walking and they are staying. Their huts are also there. So these were the strangest huts Velu had ever seen. Now Velu had never seen such huts, so he was shocked. Such dirty place, and in that dirty area the huts are there. So these were the strangest huts Velu had ever seen. They were made of all sorts of things: metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood and plastic. So now when he saw the huts, he was amazed, he was shocked, because those huts were very strange. So he thought, what is this? This is where these huts are very strange. So these were the strangest huts Velu had ever seen. So why, according to Velu, why the huts were strange? Because they were made of all sorts of things: metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood, means whatever thing is available, they used to make those huts. They stood crookedly and looked as if they would fall at any moment. And they were not pakka houses. Those huts were standing crookedly. And he felt that, my God, how these huts are made, it seems as if they are going to fall at any moment. So he felt that these huts were very strange huts, because in his village the houses were made of mud and palm leaves. They were made of mud and palm leaves. So according to him, the huts and the houses should not be made of any other thing than the mud and the palm leaves. But when he saw that these huts were made of tires, metal sheets, bricks, wood and plastic, he felt quite uneasy. That, what type of huts, what type of houses are these? So he felt that those huts were very strange. Now, Jaya dumped her sack. She just showed him that this is my house, and you can see that this is my house. And he was shocked. What type of house is this? And then you have to move from means you just have to move from that dirty water of drain, and you have to collect that those garbage from the garbage and all. So he was unable to understand how to react. Now Jaya dumped her sack outside her house, outside her hut, and then she took him inside. Then she picked up an empty one. She gave Velu a pair of old shoes without laces. Then she said, "See, you cannot walk without any footwear. It's too hot also." So she picked up an empty sack, and she gave a pair of old shoes which did not have lace on it. And she handed him a sack and stick also. So she gave one empty sack to him and one stick also. Now Velu was confused that why you are giving this to me. Okay, Velu was confused that why she's giving this empty sack and this stick to me, and these old pair of shoes. Old pair of shoes is fine, chalo, to protect my feet I can wear old pair of shoes. But why she's giving me sack and stick? So he was confused. Then Jaya said that, see, if you want to stay here, you have to earn your livelihood. And at present, you do not have any other work. So by the time you start doing anything, you need to become a rag picker. This is the only work which you can do at present. Now, this was the only work Jaya said that this is the only work which I can give you. And children, there are many children who collect paper, plastic, glass, etc. Then they sell them to Jaggu of Jam Bazaar, and then they sell them to Jaggu of Jam Bazaar. Now Jam Bazaar is the name of a junk, a bazaar, a market where there are many junk shops. So she said that we are going to sell them, means we will collect paper, plastic, glass, etc. and then we are going to sell them to Jaggu in Jam Bazaar. And then Jaggu is the name of the person who is the owner of junk shop. He then sells them to a factory, and then Jaggu sells them to a factory for recycling. Now Velu could not understand what to do. That how can I become a rag picker? How can I go in that garbage bins and take out those plastic and glass bottles and everything? So he felt very hesitated. No, I can't do this. How can I do this? Now he hesitated, but he hadn't come to Chennai to dig through garbage. He said, why I have not run away from my house to become a rag picker over here? To go and dig garbage? No. Why and how? However, he felt he must do it. But then he felt, so Jaya said, see, I cannot help you all the time. You have to manage now. You have run away from your home and you have to manage things on your own. So Velu hesitated, but he felt that until and unless he gets a better job, he must do it. And so he followed her with a sigh. Now what is a sigh? Sigh is a deep breath. Sigh is a deep breath. So he said that until and unless I get a better job, I need to strive and struggle and earn by selling these glass bottles, these old plastic bottles and plastic things, and earn my livelihood. So finally he decides to follow Jaya and become a rag picker till he gets a better job. So this is the complete story. Now what is the lesson or what is the moral behind the story? Now the moral of the story is, as you all know, government is taking a lot of efforts for small children, no child labor. Then they are giving free education. It is a right of each and every child to attain free education. Then, so what is the moral behind this? That the children should not work. Okay, and there are many NGOs, okay, who are working for such type of children. But the population of our country is so much that things will take time for implementation at a right level. Now, Yes, another thing is that we may be throwing anything as waste, but that waste can be so valuable to others. Now, just imagine a crushed banana. A person who must have thrown like that only. Ki, "Oh, I have done overeating, now I should throw it." But that single banana gave so much relief to Velu because he was hungry from last 2 days. So that banana, which was a waste for other people who had thrown them in the garbage, gave so much satisfaction to Velu, to a person who was hungry from last 2 days. Now, to be courageous is a quality that enables a person to meet an adverse situation firmly. Yes, Jaya is the biggest example in this story. She was so brave, she was courageous, she was very witty, she was full of humor, she was very smart, and she was very hardworking. And such quick decisions she used to take. Okay, that we need to learn from life of Jaya. And we should deal our daily challenges bravely. We should be brave enough to face the challenges in our day-to-day life. Face your fears and work to overcome them. Yes, whatever fears we have, we should learn to face them and we should work to overcome them. We should not be frightened and scared of anything and sitting, nay, I can't do this, oh, how can I do this? No, try to overcome that fear and you will get the result. Now some lexicals, or you can say some new terminology in this chapter are pulled in. Now pulled in is a phrasal verb which means arrived. Wobbly. Okay, I told you his legs were wobbly. When he got down from the train, his legs were wobbly. That means his legs were shaking, unsteady. Terrible. Terrible is causing great fears or discomfort. Exhausted, very tired. Stuffing, filling. Okay, stuffing means filling, means something to eat. Okay, I need some stuff to, I need some stuff, means I need some food to eat, filling. For my filling, to fill my stomach. Stare, when you look continuously at someone, that is staring. Glumly, sadly, very sad, in a sad manner. Mutter, okay, speaking in a low voice, when you are muttering in the class slowly, when the teacher is teaching and you are muttering, okay, you're slowly, okay, you speak in a low voice so to tell your friend something. Grimace, grimace is a twisted expression on the face. Okay, it's a very twisted expression on the face. So these are the new terminology in this chapter which you need to learn. Thank you. I hope you understood the chapter and enjoyed, and kindly read the chapter from the book. You'll be able to understand because the story we have already discussed. So you know the storyline, but now you need, and the hard words also, difficult words also we have discussed. So read it from the chapter and try to understand each and every word of the text. Thank you.